Here comes your pre-market summary for Wednesday, March 8th. Futures trying to hold on to positive territory here once again as we get day number 2 of Powell testifying in Washington coming up this morning at 10 o'clock. We'll be back at it once again. If you missed it yesterday, he came out strong talking about higher rates for longer. And hey, guess what? We might even get there faster than everyone was expecting. And that sent the market obviously sharply lower, 1.5% by the end of the day for all 3 U.S. markets. Here's how things are shaping up right now. Basically flat here for the S&P, in positive territory though. The Dow struggling a little bit. Same story for the NASDAQ. A wait and see kind of a morning here so far. Futures here in Toronto pointing to a 0.25% move to the upside. A bit of a move downside for crude oil, Bitcoin, and Ethereum chopping around as well. A few notable things on the economic calendar this morning. Fed's Barkin will be speaking here at 8 o'clock this morning before we get Powell coming up at 10 o'clock. So heads up on that. And then coming up at 8:30, shouldn't move the market too much, but U.S. trade balance. There's also, hey, shout out to Bank of Canada. Interest rate decision coming up this morning at 10 o'clock as well. Yeah, big, ugly red candle for the S&P yesterday, back to the downside. Same story for the NASDAQ, fared a little bit better, but hey, not much. Positive note this morning for Tesla. Even with a downgrade, this was actually a positive note for Tesla from Berenberg. They actually increased their price target on the stock, even though they're downgrading it to a hold. So we'll talk about Tesla this morning coming up here a little bit. PLTR, a new contract for them, not doing a heck of a lot of volume, but $100 million deal for from the U.S. State Department for PLTR back on watch. Wedbush raising Apple's price target. iPhone demand rebound in China. The catalyst behind the move. Occidental back to the upside this morning. Not a lot of volume here. It's up about 2% though. Buffett going to 22.2% ownership of OXY this morning. RIVN as well back to the upside after basically all-time lows yesterday. The company was able to finalize that $1.3 billion capital raise. So trying to bounce back a little bit this morning. Nice report from CrowdStrike. CRWD up significantly this morning in the pre-market. Had a bit of a squeeze yesterday, to say the least, for WW International back on watch this morning. Same story with Stitch Fix. This one has a 15% short interest as well off earnings. Grab the watch list, guys. Use a QR code on screen right now. We're coming up at 8:30. Get set. Day 2 of Powell at 10. We'll see you shortly on TraderTV.Live.